Moving on to Karnataka now, the government has put on hold a bill mandating reservations for locals in private sectors. This is after a huge backlash from the industry. The government will have a relook at the bill before it's tabled in the State Assembly. This came within hours after the State Cabinet cleared that bill, which proposed appointment of Kannadigas to 50% of management positions and 70% of non-management positions in the private sector. The Karnataka State Employment of Local Candidates in the Industries, Factories and Other Establishments Bill was likely to be tabled today in the ongoing Assembly session. So a big backlash which has come about on most levels regarding this quota, which is reserving jobs to locals, people who are from Karnataka, who live there or who have lived there for at least 15 years, speak the language, can read and write Kannada fluently, and the ones who haven't taken Kannada in, say, high school, they would have to go through a test in order to determine their fluency in the language. So we have my colleague Uma joining us to get us more on this. Uma, this is something which the neighbouring state of Andhra Pradesh wants to take advantage of when it comes to this quota that is being suggested by the government. For now, it's on hold. So the neighbouring states, whether it's Andhra Pradesh or even Kerala, using this opportunity to promote themselves as attractive investment destinations instead.
Yes, indeed. At a time when there is criticism or rather appeal from the industry, Nara Lokesh, who is the IT and IT-enabled services minister for Andhra Pradesh, is proactively, in fact, wooing those investors, asking them to either expand their facilities or even relocate to the IT-enabled services, AI and data center in Visakhapatnam, where he says they will be given uninterrupted power supply and all the facilities that they may desire. And he says skilled manpower also is going to be available, and therefore he's inviting them to come and look at Visakhapatnam, and he's in fact given an open offer on X saying that you can get in touch with me and I will take you along on this journey. So in a sense, Andhra Pradesh being proactive in trying to woo industry at a time when politically otherwise, in the last 5 years it is being said that no industry has come to Andhra Pradesh because the government, YSRCP government, was not able to proactively woo industry. And now Chandrababu Naidu, should I say, going into fourth gear, and his son and Minister Lokesh as well going on the same path. Priyank Karge, in fact, has reacted to Nara Lokesh's tweet, and he has said that, no, we are also capable of providing all this. And one question that he has posed to Nara Lokesh is saying that, don't you want the youth in your own state to be employed? So this is a larger debate, I must point out, in many of these states. See, Andhra Pradesh itself has passed such a similar law in 2019 when Jagan Mohan Reddy was the chief minister. They had passed a law saying that 75% of the jobs in the private sector must go to the local youth. That was not very stringently implemented according to industry leaders who I've been speaking to in Andhra Pradesh. And yes, it is being challenged as well in court. As we know, similar law in Haryana was quashed in the court itself. And in Karnataka as well, the leadership now saying that they are going to do a review and also talk to industry leaders and others before taking a final call on it. Telangana also, in fact, during the state formation as well, there was talk about giving reservation, or rather ensuring reservation for youth in the private sector jobs as well. And the Congress government here, in fact, also said before the assembly elections that they are considering 95% quota for locals in private sector jobs as well. And at that time when I had said, wouldn't it be controversial, the chairperson of the manifesto committee, who is now the IT minister, had said, no, we will be consulting with industry before doing that. So when I spoke to industry leaders in Bengaluru as well as in Hyderabad and in Visakhapatnam and Vijayawada, what they're talking about is that this is something that political leaderships have to deal with carefully. While they want to give jobs to the youth in their own states, and they want to ensure the jobs are there, they need to ensure that skills required for the industry are also there. And an industrialist in Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Lakshmi Prasad, in fact, told NDTV.
Right, Uma, absolutely, merit over quota. And of course, we also have Pratibha with us. So, Uma, the question being between, Bengaluru and Hyderabad, they've always, they've been traditional competitors in the IT space, with the Telangana capital trying hard to catch up over the years when it comes to Bengaluru, that has stayed way ahead. Now, the government there with this proposal has Andhra Pradesh, really reacting to that and wanting to, take that opportunity forward. Pratibha, take us through, this is a huge backlash that has led to the government putting a hold on that bill.
The entire day yesterday, we saw several of the industry bodies, the representatives of the industries, talking about how this is a great cause of concern and that this bill doesn't really augur well with the reputation that Bengaluru as well as Karnataka has as an IT hub as well as a tech hub. This has been a place that draws investments. This has been a place that sees an industrial revolution here. And the fact that you have a bill like this that gives a quota or reserves places for the Kannadigas definitely is not going to be something that will be accepted by several of these companies. That has been the sentiment that has been expressed by the industry bodies, and even within the Congress there were some ministers who were aligned with this bill and there were some who weren't, especially the industries minister, who did mention that this would be detrimental to Karnataka being a hotspot for driving investments as well as drawing several of these companies. And that is why they wanted to hold wider consultations before introducing this bill. Remember, this bill was passed in the cabinet. This was approved by the cabinet, and most of the ministers were looking forward to introducing this bill or tabling it in the assembly. The Karnataka assembly session has been on, and it has been quite a rocky one, especially with the BJP as well as the Congress. The BJP in the meantime maintained was in a very precarious situation there, because they did not want to hurt the sentiments of the Kannadigas, and at the same time they did express the fact that this bill was unnecessary. There were already existing policies to address employability opportunities here in Karnataka. That was the statement that was made by the BJP leaders there. But looking at all of this backlash, it drove Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to put out a post late last evening on social media talking about how there will be a pause on this bill and that they would hold wider consultations in the next cabinet meeting.
Right.